What would you do if, halfway through the most romantic anniversary dinner of your life, your husband suddenly stood up, muttered something about an emergency, kissed your forehead like it was nothing, and walked straight out the door, without even looking back? His phone stayed right there on the table, screen still glowing, notifications piling up like little bombs waiting to explode. I'm Elena, and that night was supposed to celebrate 10 years of marriage to Marcus. 10 years of inside jokes, shared dreams, late-night talks, and the kind of love I thought was unbreakable. The restaurant was perfect, soft candlelight, champagne on ice, my red dress catching every flicker of flame. We were laughing, toasting, his hand warm over mine as he said, "You're still the one, Elena. Always will be." Then his phone buzzed once. Twice. His smile faltered. His eyes flicked down, face draining of color in seconds. "Emergency at work, babe," he said, voice tight. "I'll be right back." He left. Just like that. No backward glance. No apology in his eyes. The waiter hadn't even brought dessert yet when the first notification lit up the screen. I shouldn't have looked. I know that now. But I did. And the message that waited there was only the beginning. Because minutes later, the waiter came back alone, leaned in close, and whispered something that made my entire world tilt. What he showed me next. That's where the real story starts. Picture this. The table is glowing. Candles dancing. Champagne bubbles rising like tiny promises. Marcus is looking at me the way he used to when we first met, eyes soft, smile real. He squeezes my hand and says, "10 years, Elena. 10 years, and you still make my heart race like it's day one." I laugh. I actually laugh because his cheesy lines still work on me after all this time. We're halfway through the main course when it happens. His phone buzzes once. He glances down, keeps smiling. Buzzes again. This time his thumb hovers, hesitates. The third buzz hits, and everything changes. His jaw tightens. Color drains from his face like someone pulled a plug. I've seen him stressed before, work deadlines, family fights, but never like this. Never this fast. "Everything okay?" I ask, voice light, trying not to sound worried. He forces a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. "Emergency at the office, babe. Some server crash. I have to take this." He stands so quickly the chair scrapes loud against the floor. Leans down, kisses my forehead, quick, mechanical. "I'll be right back. Promise." Then he walks away. No backward glance. No "I love you." Just the sound of his shoes fading toward the exit. His phone sits there between the bread basket and my half-eaten salmon. Screen still on. Face up. Glowing. The first notification slides in. I stare at it. Heart hammering. I shouldn't look. I know I shouldn't. But my hand moves anyway. And the message that lights up the screen makes my stomach drop through the floor. Would you open it? One little swipe. One tap on a screen that isn't even yours. I sat there staring at Marcus's phone like it was a live grenade. My fingers trembled. The restaurant noise faded into a dull roar, clinking glasses, laughter from other tables, the soft jazz in the background. All of it drowned out by the pounding in my ears. The notification was still there, glowing. "Don't forget to delete this before you get home, Red Heart." From someone named Lila. Lila. I'd never heard that name before. Not once in 10 years. I glanced around. No Marcus. No waiter in sight. Just me and the phone, and the candle burning lower between us. I shouldn't have done it. I know that. But I did. Passcode was the same as always, our wedding date. The screen unlocked like it was waiting for me. And there they were. Months of messages. Hundreds. "Good morning, beautiful. Miss you already. Last night was incredible. Can't wait for the next one." Photos. Hotel receipts forwarded with little heart emojis. Plans for weekends he told me were business trips. My stomach twisted so hard I thought I might be sick right there on the white tablecloth. I kept scrolling. Couldn't stop. Every word felt like a fresh cut. Every photo was proof he had been living a whole other life while I was planning our anniversary, picking out this stupid red dress, believing we were happy. 10 years. 10 years of trust. And it all fit in the palm of my hand. Then I heard footsteps.
Soft.
Careful. The waiter was back. He looked at me, then at the phone, then at my face. His expression shifted, something between pity and urgency. He leaned in close, voice barely above a whisper. "Ma'am, I need to show you something." My heart stopped. Have you ever had someone lean in and whisper words that feel like they just rewrote your entire reality? Javier, the waiter who'd been refilling our water all night with that quiet, polite smile, stood beside me now, tray tucked under his arm like a shield. His eyes flicked toward the empty chair where Marcus should have been, then back to my face. He saw the tears. The phone still clutched in my hand. The way my shoulders were shaking. He didn't ask if I was okay. He just lowered his voice and said, "Ma'am, your husband asked me to give you this. When the time was right." He reached into his apron pocket and slid a plain white envelope across the table. No name on it, just sealed. My fingers felt numb as I opened it. Inside, divorce papers. Marcus's signature already there, dated 3 weeks ago.
Clean.
Final. Like he'd been carrying this decision around for a month while I planned our anniversary. But underneath the papers was something else. A single sheet of hotel stationery. Marcus's handwriting. Messy. Urgent. Elena. I'm ending it tonight. With her. With everything. I was going to surprise you, come back, beg forgiveness, start over. But I panicked. I couldn't face you. The emergency was me finally telling Lila it's over. I left the phone so you'd see the truth.
I'm sorry.
I love you. I'm scared. My breath caught. Betrayal twisted into confusion. Anger crashed against fragile, stupid hope. The affair was real. But so was the note. Javier watched me read, then whispered again, softer this time. He's outside. In the parking lot. Waiting to see what you do. My head snapped up. And that's when my own phone started buzzing on the table. It was Marcus calling. What do you do when the man who just broke your heart is sobbing on the other end of the line, begging for one last chance? I answered the call. My thumb hovered for 3 full seconds before I pressed accept. Marcus's voice came through cracked and raw. "Elena, please don't hang up. I'm in the parking lot. I can't come back in there yet." He told me everything. No sugarcoating. No excuses. The affair with Lila started 8 months ago during a work conference. It was supposed to be one mistake. It became a habit. He hated himself every time he lied to me, but he couldn't stop. Until tonight. He said he drove to her place before dinner, ended it for good, told her it was over. That's why the texts kept coming, panic from her side. He left the phone on the table on purpose. A coward's way of forcing the truth into the open because he didn't have the guts to say it to my face. The divorce papers? A draft he'd drawn up weeks ago when he thought leaving was the only way to stop hurting me. But after tonight, he tore up his copy in the car. He wanted to fight for us. If I'd let him. I looked at Javier, still standing there quietly. He nodded once. Turns out Javier wasn't just our waiter. He was Marcus's cousin, distant, but close enough that Marcus had confided in him days earlier. Javier had been the one to suggest the envelope. The whisper. The push. My husband hadn't abandoned me. He'd orchestrated his own confession. Tears burned my cheeks. Anger. Relief. Exhaustion. All at once. I looked down at the phone. Marcus was still waiting. Then I said the words that would decide everything. "I'm coming outside." Have you ever walked out of a place you thought was the end of your world, only to realize it was the beginning of something better? I pushed through the restaurant doors. Cool night air hit my face like a slap. Marcus stood under a street lamp, hands in his pockets, shoulders hunched. When he saw me, he didn't run. He didn't speak first. He just waited, like a man who knew he might lose everything in the next 10 seconds. We talked for hours in that parking lot.
Raw. Honest. Ugly.
I cried.
He cried.
I told him the pain wasn't just the affair, it was the years he let me believe we were unbreakable while he chipped away at us. He didn't argue. He owned it all. In the end, I didn't forgive him that night. Forgiveness isn't a switch. But I didn't walk away forever either. We separated.
Clean.
No more secrets. No more pretending. That anniversary dinner, the one that started with champagne and ended with divorce papers and an envelope, became the moment I stopped living someone else's version of love. Sometimes the biggest betrayals are the ones that finally set you free. If you've ever stared at a phone screen that changed your life, drop a heart below. Tell me, would you have looked? Would you have walked out? Subscribe if you want more stories like this, real, messy, and unflinching. Next one's coming soon. Thank you for staying till the end.